So friends, we are starting with labor costing questions, and first question I am taking up is May 2019 question 1B, 5 marks compulsory question, but very simple question to understand. It's on basics and 5 types of plans, 1 mark each for 5 plans it is asked for. Very small data is given there. If you read there, Mrs. Zeba Private Limited allotted standard time of 40 hours for a job. Rate per hour is rupees 75. Actual time taken is 30 hours. Basic data. Time allowed, time worked, rate per hour. He is asking Halsey, Rowan, time based system, piece rate system, Emerson system. So let us focus on all of them one by one. I start with part number 1. Halsey plan. Whatever plan is there, I must write its formula, put the data there and get the correct computations there. Total wages is equal to time worked multiplied by rate per hour plus, in bracket it is written rate 50%. If it were not written, default is also 50%. But he could have said in bracket 40%, 35%. I would have taken that. But here I am taking 50%. If nothing was written, that was also 50%. 50% of time saved into rate per hour. Now basic data, time worked, it is given as time worked is 30 hours. Time allowed 40 hours. The person is no doubt efficient. 40-hour work he is doing in 30 hours, he is efficient. That is why this big formula is applied. If he were inefficient, let us say time allowed was 25, he did in 30 hours, then no bonus, no negative bonus, no penalty, no positive bonus. Only time worked into rate per hour would have been paid to him. In the given case, I am going to compute time saved. Time saved is equal to time allowed minus time worked. If it is negative, I should stop there, call him inefficient and pay only time wages. Is equal to 40 hours minus 30 hours. He is efficient as he is having positive time saved. Rate per hour rupees 75. Rupees 75 per hour is rate per hour. I have to apply in the formula only. Total wages is equal to 30 multiplied by 75 plus 50% of 10 into 75. This becomes 30 into 75, 2250 plus 50% of 750. That is 375. So what I am getting? 2250 plus 375. This is 2625. Now after doing this much, I am getting 1 mark now. First part is done. Second part, row 1 plan. Now data required is all what I am already having. I have to write the formula and do the same. Total wages under Rowan plan is equal to time worked multiplied by rate per hour plus bonus is based on proportion. What proportion we use there? Time worked by time allowed. Time worked divide by time allowed multiplied by time saved multiplied by rate per hour. So put the figures there. 30 into 75 plus time worked 30, time allowed 40 multiplied by 10 is saved multiplied by 75. Only bonus is going to be different. Basic wages are exactly same as we computed there, 2250 plus 750 into 3 by 4. I am getting 562.50 plus 2250. 2812.50. That is the second mark here. This is the second answer, 2812.50. Third part. Third part he is wanting is time wage system. The above two were improvements over time wage system, premium bonus plans, Halse Rowan. Time wage system is pay basic wages. Time worked multiplied by rate per hour is equal to 30 hours multiplied by 75 per hour. 2250. So every next part is very simple. Fourth, piece rate system. Are you given units produced in the question? Answer is no. Once units produced are not there, the standard formula units produced into rate per unit cannot be applied. We are going to apply alternative formula, which is not favorable formula, but still when the information is not there, I have to apply the same. I will write that formula only. Time allowed multiplied by rate per hour. Even if the person is inefficient or efficient, he will be paid for time allowed only. 40 hours multiplied by rupees 75 per hour. This is rupees 3000. Number 5. Again a different part. Emerson plan. They also call it Emerson efficiency plan. You need to recall, we have to find efficiency percentage. If it is more than 100%, then 20% basic bonus, add excess percentage of efficiency over 100% and you will get total bonus percentage. So what I will do first, I will compute efficiency percentage. Efficiency percentage is equal to, if you recall, I told you in the basics, it can be computed with the help of units or hours. In this question, units not applicable, units not known. Based on hours only we can compute. Standard time, which is time allowed, divided by actual time multiplied by 100. Standard time was 40, Actual is 30 multiplied by 100. This becomes 133.3333%. Dash dash means till the end we will be taking. 133.3333%. As efficiency percentage exceeds 100%, bonus shall be 20% plus excess of efficiency over 100%. 20% plus 33.333%. 53.333%. That is the bonus percentage. Based on time wages. Time wages, time worked multiplied by rate per hour. This is 30 hours multiplied by rupees 75 per hour. Rupees 2250 plus bonus 53.33% thereon. So on 2250, I have to compute 53.333 till the end percent. I am getting is 1200. Total wages 2250 plus 1200. Rupees 3450. So you can see all basic 5 plans are asked. It's not difficult, but it can be little time consuming. In the compulsory question, 5 marks, you are doing it. You have to do it a little quickly, but present also well as I have done in the class. The next question I take up is November 2019, question number 4, part A. It's a very easy question on Halsey-Rowan concept with 10 marks in the exam. Very easy 10 marks. What I'll do, I'll first write all the basic data from the question and then do the needful. There are alternative ways of computing a missing figure. I'll do it both the ways. In exam, you have to do any one of them. And then do whatever comparisons he is wanting you to do. It's purely on Halsey and Rowan. Remember, in premium bonus plans, we need 3 things: time worked, time allowed, rate per hour. So I'm focusing on getting these 3 things. Once I get these 3, I can easily compute anything under Halsey and Rowan. Let me put all the basic data given. It says Zico Limited has its factory at 2 locations, Nasik and Satara. There are 2 places, Nasik, Satara. Rowan plan is used at Nasik factory. And Halsey at Satara factory. Halsey at Satara factory. Standard time and basic rate of wages is similar and carried out on same machinery. Normal working hours 8 hours per day in 5-day week. So standard time (8 hours per day in 5-day week), 40 hours in the week. In both places, the standard time is same. Job at Nasik factory is completed in 32 hours. Actual time 32 hours and 30 hours. conversion cost, the term I introduced in cost sheet chapter. You have to remember what is conversion cost, then the question can be solved. Otherwise, the question will be stuck somewhere. I'm writing here conversion cost. I will detail it little later. Conversion cost 5408 in Nasik, 4950 in Satara. Overheads account for 25 per hour. Overheads 25 per hour. Now you have to remember the very important concept, conversion cost equals wage cost plus factory overheads. Conversion cost is the cost of converting raw material into finished goods, but does not include the material cost. It is wages, including bonus obviously, and overheads. Now, if I compute overheads here and deduct from conversion cost, I'll get total wages. From there, the question will start. So, first working here, factory overheads 25 into 32, 25 into 30. On actual hours they will be put. Rate per hour multiplied by actual hours, you will get the total overheads. 800 here, 750 here. So what I can get here? I can get here total wages. That is conversion cost minus factory overhead. 5408 minus 800. 4608. 4950 minus 750. 4200. Now, what is total wage? Under Halsey and Rohn, the formula we already know what is the total wage. In that, the missing figure is wage rate. That is what I should focus on. Time worked known, time allowed known, rate per hour missing, total wage is known. Simple mathematical equation can do. Sitting in exam, your choice, whether you do for Nasik or Satara, answer will be same. I'll first do for Satara because Satara is easy. When it is Halsey, it is little easier. I'll do both of them for you. In exam, you can choose and do any one of them. No compulsion on you to do both of them. Do any one of them. I'll write there analysis of Satara factory total wages. Plan is Halsey. Let wage rate per hour be X. Many students are very much afraid of basic maths. Once somebody says let it be X, they say the question is out of syllabus. That is a very wrong approach. That is a very, very wrong idea, mentality. If you are afraid of taking it X, take it Y. But basic maths you should not be afraid of. Because throughout your life, it is going to help you in the workings. There may be alternative ways, but I feel it is the easiest way we can use. I am writing the formula here. Total wages, time worked into rate per hour plus 50% of time saved into rate per hour. Now in Satara, time worked 30, rate per hour X, 50%. Time allowed was 40, so time saved is 10 hours. Into rate per hour is X. And total wages we have computed there 4200. Solve it for X. 30x plus 5x is equal to 4200. 35x is equal to 4200. 4200 divided by 35, it gives me x is equal to 120 per hour rate. 120 per hour is the rate. Sitting in exam, I have reached a major thing. For your understanding only, I am doing the other factory also. In exam, you can also do it. It is little bit complicated because it will come in proportion also, little bit different proportion. But it's not that difficult that I say that it can be avoided. You can do either way. I am doing their analysis of Nasik factory. Nasik factory total wages. This is alternatively. You don't have to do both of them. You don't have to waste your time on both of them because answer is going to be same. But you can do any of them, either of them. Total wages is equal to time worked into rate per hour plus time worked divide by time allowed into time saved into rate per hour. The formulas have to be on your tips, then you can easily do them. If you don't remember the formula, you will not be able to do the question correctly or confidently. Total wages I got there 4608. Time worked I think was 32. Yes, 32. 32x plus 32 divided by 40 into 8 into x. So this is 32 into 8 divided by 40. This is 6.4. 32x plus 6.4x equal to 4608. This is 38.4x. 4608 divided by 38.4. This is again 120. So x is bound to be 120. It is written in question wage rate per hour will be same in both the factories. So whether you compute from Nasik or you compute from Satara, the wage rate per hour is coming out to be same 120 per hour. Now sometimes students are so happy in exam after getting rate per hour, they forget the next part of the question and they lose the 5 marks out of 10 marks. You need to focus or read carefully the second part also. The first part is complete to find out the normal wage rate that we have done. Second part is compare respective conversion cost. Now you need to make a statement showing detailed computation of conversion cost. The total answer is already known, 5408 and 4950. You need to show their detail. So second part I am doing here. Comparison of conversion cost at two factories, Nasik and Satara. basic wage. Now basic wage, the hours worked are 32 and 30. 32 into 120, 30 into 120. If you compute, you get 32 into 120, 3840, and this is 3600. Then I get bonus. This is 32 by 40 into 8 into 120. This is 50% off. This will start with 50%. 50 by 100 multiplied by 10 into 120. This is 600. And here what I get, 32 divided by 40 into 8 into 120. I am getting is 768. Then overheads, or I can add here subtotal. Total wages, 3840 plus this 4608, and here it is 4200. Add overheads. We already computed 32 into 25. This was 30 into 25. This is 750, this is 800. What I get? Conversion cost 5408, 4950. There is no answer of second part. Answer was given in question itself. Sitting in exam, you will be able to know whether there is something wrong or not. If you do something wrong, your answer will not match. So in exam itself, you will get to know that you have done something wrong. So it's all free marks, 10 marks given in the exam. That is complete question 4A of November 2019. Next I reach is question 2A of January 2021 paper. It is on labor costing and a better question out of the chapter. It is similar to one question which is there in institute module already. It is similar to practical question 1 in module given on page 3.51. This is of May 2021 module which is there. It's on page 3.51. The page number can be different in earlier modules, but it is there for last so many years. Practical question number 1. It's undoubtedly better question, need some thought process, some working, and deserves the 10 marks for which it was asked in the exam. Let us go through the concepts and work out on few things. Z Limited is working by employing 50 skilled workers. It is considering introduction of incentive scheme, either Halsey with 50% bonus or Ruan, for increasing labor productivity to adjust with increasing demand of products by 40%. Now what it was thinking whether to go with Halsey or Ruan, so that when their demand will increase by 40%, they should be able to cope up with demand. If more product is to be created, you need to give incentive to your workers. So they are thinking whether to apply Ruan or Halsey. The company feels if proposed incentive scheme could bring an about average 20% increase over present earnings, it could act as sufficient incentive to produce more, and company has accordingly given assurance to workers. It has already given assurance to worker, your wages under proposal will increase by 20%. So assurance must be kept in mind. Because of assurance, increase in productivity has been observed in following figures. Hourly rate 50 rupees, Average time for producing 1 unit at previous performance, this may be taken as time allowed. This is per unit 1.975 hours. Don't approximate, don't make it 2 hours. 1.975 because it is to be multiplied with so many units. If you approximate, it will be incorrect. Number of working days 24, number of working hours per day for each worker 8. Actual production is 6120 units. Calculate effective increase in earnings in percentage terms under Halsey scheme, Rohn scheme. Here he says earnings, worker standpoint. Second part, calculate savings to Z Limited in terms of direct labor cost per unit under both schemes. Now focus there, they are exactly same. Worker earning is company cost. There is no EPF, ESI concept here. So whatever they will earn, it will be cost for employer. But cost to be checked per unit. Existing plan and Halsey Rohn, they are to be compared. Third part, advise Z Limited for selection of scheme that will fulfill assurance of incentivizing workers and also to adjust with increase in demand. This is additional detailed analysis required in third part. I like to go to all of these parts, but first I will like to focus on 3 working notes, 1 for existing system, 2 for Halsey, 3 for Rohn. Once I get their data, then I'll go part by part. So I'll go working note by working note first. This is working note number 1. Analysis of earnings and cost at present. I can call it workers' earnings and employers' cost. Make it sure they are exactly same. What is the present system? Present system is time rate system. Time worked. Time worked. There are 25 days in month, 8 hours per day, but this is for each worker multiplied by 50 workers. Multiplied by 50 workers. 24 days, 8 hours per day, and there are 50 workers. 24 into 8 into 50. 9600 hours. Rate per hour rupees 50. 9600 into 50. 9600 into 50. Rupees 4,80,000. Rupees 4,80,000. Cost per unit at present 1.975 hours per unit multiplied by 50 per hour. Now per unit you cannot compute like 4,80,000 divided by 6120 units, because 6120 includes efficiency created due to incentives which are promised. We are computing at present without any incentive. What is the cost per unit? So at present they are making 1.975 hours per unit multiplied by 50 per hour. This is 98.75 per unit. This is present analysis. Working note 2. Halsey plan. What I need? I need three things in Halsey also, Rowan also. Time worked, time allowed, rate per hour. Very simple things. Time worked, same, 9600 hours. Time allowed, 1.975 hours multiplied by 6120 units. 1.975 hours multiplied by 6120 units. What I am getting is 12087 hours. From there, I will be able to get time saved. 12087 minus 9600. 2487 hours. And rate per hour ₹50. So we apply simple formula. Time worked into rate per hour plus 50% of time saved into rate per hour. This is 9600 into 50 plus 50% of 2487 into 50. Basic we computed was 4,80,000 plus 2487 into 50 into 50%. 62175. I am getting total 542175. 542175. Now in working note 3, data is same. I am not writing it again. I will write the formula and apply the same to get all. Okay, in this I could compute cost per unit also. $5,42175 divided by 6120 units. 6120 units. I am getting is 88.59. 59 is approximated till two places of decimal. In Rowan plan, time worked into rate per hour plus time worked divided by time allowed into time saved into rate per hour. The formulas have to be on tips if you ever want to do any easy or difficult question. Whatever question you want to do, formulas have to be on tips. 9600 into 50 plus 9600 divided by 12087. I hope it was 12087. Yes. Multiplied by 2487 into 50. So I start from there. 2487 into 50 into 9600 divided by 12087. What I am getting here, 98763.96. 98763.96 plus 4,80,000. Once you do there, what you are getting is 578763.96. 578763.96. That is the total cost. Per unit also I can compute. Cost per unit 578763.96 divided by 6120 units. I am getting 94.57 approximately per unit. 94.57 approximately. My working is complete. Now I go part by part. Whatever question wants, I'll get part by part. Part 1. What does question want? Calculate effective increase in earning of worker in percentage terms under Halsey plan and Rowan plan. What is increase percentage? My salary was 1 lakh last year. Now it is 1,40,000. What is percentage increase? 40%. How did you compute? Absolute increase divided by original into 100. So that is what I'll apply here. Percentage increase is equal to increase divided by basic plan, that is time rate system, multiplied by 100. Under Halsey plan, increase is the bonus. Original was 480, increase is the bonus. 62175 is increase on 4,80,000 into 100. 62175 on 4,80,000. I am getting is 12.95%. 12.95% increase. Similarly, Rowan plan. Rowan plan, what was the bonus? Bonus is the increase. 98763.96 on 4,80,000. 98763.96 on 4,80,000. 20.58%. This is part number 1. Second part. Part 2. He says saving in terms of labor cost per unit. Halsey plan. Savings per unit is equal to cost under Halsey compared with existing plan. The cost per unit will decline. Earlier was 98.75 and now it reached 88.59. 98.75 minus 88.59. 10.16 per unit has declined. Rowan plan. Earlier was 98.75 and now presently in working note 3 we computed 94.57. 98.75. It is 4.18 per unit. Now my simple question to you without reaching third part. as an employer, you love to have higher saving or lower saving? If I am employer, will I like to get more saving or less saving? I like to get more saving. So Halsey plan seems better. But third part answer says Rowan plan will be accepted and not the Halsey. Reason are these figures. You promised your workers, you gave assurance that there will be minimum increase of 20% in their earning. In Halsey, that assurance is not complete. If you had given assurance of 12%, 10%, I would adopt a Halsey only because it is giving me more saving. But increase in cost has to be borne because you have given assurance. You are still saving. It's not that you are not saving. So in third part, question is saying, due to assurance, which plan will you adopt out of the two? I am unable to adopt a Halsey because it does not fulfill the assurance. Assurance fulfilled by Rowan plan because 20.58% increase in earning of worker is there. So I'll be only able to adopt Rowan plan. Halsey is out of picture. Question is wanting something more there, which I'll compute. He says you need to calculate the increase in demand, whether 40% increase in demand is fulfilled or not. That also will compute in productivity separately. So I reach part 3. First I give the conclusion there. Part 3. The company cannot adopt Halsey plan despite its higher savings in cost per unit because it does not fulfill the assurance of increasing the workers' earnings by 20%. Rowan plan shall be adopted as it increases workers' earnings by 20.57%. Now, analysis of productivity. He says check whether at present level they will be able to get that 40% increase because demand is increasing by 40%. You need to find how much we are able to get there. Earlier production, earlier or present, without incentive was 9600 hours divided by 1.975 hours per unit. 9600 divided by 1.975. It was 4861 units. Now, after incentive, production is 6120 units. increase 1259 units on 4861. Percentage increase 1259 divided by 4861 into 100. 25.90%. Is that sufficient? No. Because you need 40% increase in production. Because demand in market is more by 40%, your production has to increase by 40%. Need to increase more as it is insufficient to deal with increase in demand of 40%. So whatever plan you apply, you put conditions more on the workers, you are giving them more, so expect them to be more productive and give you 40% increase in demand. So minimum production should be 4861 plus 40%. 4861 plus 40%. 6805. So they are lagging behind. Minimum they should produce 6805 units. This is one very good question on your labor costing aspects. It deserves the 10 marks for which it was given for. The next question in labor costing is November 2020 question 4B. It was of 6 marks only, and it has nothing to do with remuneration and incentives. It is on basics of the direct labor concepts that we have done. It considers the fact that due to contributory schemes, the amount paid to the workers can be different than cost to the company. In earlier concepts, remuneration incentive questions, whatever I pay is their earning, my cost. But when there are contributory schemes like Provident Fund, like ESI, then payment and cost, they are two different aspects. While computing payment, we deduct the worker contribution towards those schemes. While computing cost to the company, we add employer contribution to those schemes. So that is a simple concept that we have to deal with, along with a little bit on overtime also in this question. So I go through this. Following are particulars of two workers R and S. Basic wages, DNS allowance, contributions given, overtime given only in R. Normal working hours are 200, overtime is paid at double total of normal wages and DNS allowance. ESI and PF equal rate for employee and employer contribution. Both workers are employed on jobs and their proportions are given. Overtime is specifically done on a job. Calculate ordinary wage rate per hour and allocate into cost. It's on basics, not difficult. Still, do it along with me, step by step. It is similar to illustration 3. It is possibly on page 3.17 of module. Page number can vary as per the additions, but it is illustration 3. Similar to that question, it is there in exam. The two workers R and S. First I am doing is payment analysis. Basic wages 15,000, 30,000. Dearness allowance, DA. It is 50%, 7,500, 15,000. overtime is interesting and good calculation. 22,500 is total of basic and DA. For R only there is overtime, so R only I am computing. 22,500 is for 200 hours. This is normal rate per hour. 22,500 divided by 200. This is 112.5. Normal rate per hour. Now overtime 20 hours are to be paid on double this rate. Overtime rate per hour, double it, 225. Overtime rate per hour is 225. To be applied on 20 hours. Those 20 hours are in addition to the 200 hours normal hours that they are working. So 225 into 20 will come here 4,500. We call it overtime wages. Now what I get? Gross payment, which is to be made to worker, 15,000, 7,500, 4,500, 27,000. And here it is 45,000. Less contribution of worker to EPF to ESI. The percentages are given there, 7% and 7.5% on basic wages. 1050, 2250. Different rates can be applied on different workers. 2% on basic wages again, 300 and 600. I put them in bracket because they are to be deducted. Net wages paid, 25650, 42150. Now question did not want much about the payment. It is wanting more about rate per hour normal cost and jobs allocation. So I concentrate on cost now. This is working note number 1. Working note 2. Analysis of cost to company, cost to employer. Now, because I want to compute normal rate of wages, I will not like to include the abnormal item like overtime. So, cost other than overtime. Gross cost other than overtime. 22500. How did I get? 27,000 minus the overtime that I added, 4,500. And for S, there is no problem. 45,000 is all excluding overtime. Add employer's contribution to EPF to ESI, 1050, 300, 2250, 600. Remember the basics, why I add here, why I deduct for net wages paid. That is a concept I explained in the basics topic of this labor. So focus on that one concept. Never get confused here. If you add, you get 23850, total normal wage cost, and here I get 47850. If I divide it by normal hours, I'll get normal rate per hour. $200, $200. Answer of part 1. 119.25, 239.25. Now job wise. This is part 2. Job wise allocation. There are 3 jobs, which is A, B and C. Cost, hours normal, hours overtime, S normal. There is no overtime in S. Now overtime is all done on job A. It is written below the table which is there. The job allocation table percentage is given, and at the bottom it is written overtime was done on job A. So all overtime cost allocated to job A, 4,500. R normal to be put in ratio 75:10:15. And S normal put on 40:20:40. So I need to put the cost. R's normal was 23850 and it was normal cost 47850. Now put in these ratios. Once I put, I get 17887.50, 2385 is 10% there, and 3577.50. There is no overtime in any other job, and what I get there, 19140, 9570, 19140. If you add, you get 41527.50, 11955, 22717.50. They are the answers of part 2. This is not difficult question. This is a what I call clerical type question. Only concept involved there, contributory schemes, EPF and ESI. Along with that, overtime to be tackled separately and carefully. This is a complete question in November 2020. So this is a complete 6 marks question. The next question in labor I have taken from module illustration because there was no recent exam question on labor turnover concept. I am taking illustration number 15th, which is on page 3.44 of 2021 edition of the module. This is on impact or cost related to labor turnover. I explained in the concepts, the most important cost is opportunity cost. That is what you need to work out clearly. Everything else is directly given. The settlement cost, recruitment cost, selection cost, training cost, they are directly given in question. This type of question had been very famous for 6 to 8 marks in the exam. Recently it has not come, so it may come anytime in the exam. So focus on this concept. I read it for you. The management of BR Limited is worried about increasing employee turnover in the factory, and before analyzing causes and taking remedial steps, it wants to have idea of profit foregone as a result of employee turnover. Last year sales was 83,03,300. PV ratio, profit volume ratio, details you will get in manual costing chapter. In manual costing get all this profit volume ratio, PV ratio, 20%. Total number of actual hours worked by direct employee force was 4,45,000. as a result of actual hours worked, delays by personnel department in filling vacancies and due to employee turnover, 1 lakh potential productive hours were lost. Actual direct employee hours included 30,000 hours attributable to training new recruits, out of which half were unproductive. So additional 15,000 unproductive hours could have been rectified. So total 1,15,000 hours could have been put up more. The costs incurred are there, they are to be only added there. So concentrate on this. Working note number 1. Analysis of opportunity cost due to labor turnover. Last year, sales 83,03,300. Last year, hours worked 4,45,000. Unproductive hours 50% of 30,000. It included 30,000 hours, out of which 50% or half were unproductive. So 15,000 unproductive included there. Last year, productive hours 4,30,000. Sales per productive hour. Sales per productive hour 8303300 divide by 4,30,000. I'm getting 19.31. 8303300 divided by 4,30,000. Means every hour lost will make a loss of sale of 19.31. Hours lost total due to labor turnover. 1 lakh, he says, were potentially productive hours lost, plus 15,000 the training unproductive hours. So 1,15,000 hours were lost. I can say in working note 3, sales lost due to labor turnover. 1,15,000 into 19.31. This is 222,0650 rupees. Now, is sale lost, profit lost? No. Contribution lost equal sale lost multiplied by PV ratio. Now, PV ratio details you get when you do marginal costing. At the moment, you have to remember PV ratio multiplied by sale is contribution, and contribution is some sort of profit. Profit without charging fixed costs. That is called contribution. So, there I get 20% of this, 222,0650 into 20%. This is 444,130. Now I am near the end of the question because I have to just add the other things. Statement showing profit foregone. Contribution lost 444,130. Add settlement cost. Add recruitment cost. Add selection cost. Add training cost. 43820 26740, 12750, 30490. What I get? 557930. This is the answer. If you look at older modules, you will find they have missed out on this 15,000. They are taking 1 lakh productive hours lost only, and they are getting a different answer, 5 lakh. However, the institute has changed the things in their recent modules, so I should go by the corrected answers that they have given in their booklets. So this is a concept related to labor turnover.